All right, everybody. Welcome to Rolling on Three, first three-wheel podcast for all Ryker owners. Anything you're riding on three wheels. I'd like to welcome my guest today, Bryan. Bryan, how you doing, man?
Doing well. How you doing today?
I'm good, bro. Where you from, Bryan?
I live in Webster, Western Kentucky,
Hmm.
Hopkins County. Been here all my life.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So I start off the show with the same question: which Ryker did you get?
So I got the 2020 900.
2020. All right,
Yeah.
right out of the showroom floor, then.
Yep. Yeah. Bought it right off the floor. Here, you got it.
Is it from a authorized Can Am dealer, or how'd you get it? Regular
Yep.
shop? How does it work out there?
Yeah, I got it from a power sports dealer in a nearby town, 60, 70 miles away. Uh,
That's a little bit
Found
of
it.
a journey.
Yeah. The ride home was right off the floor, getting right on it. First time I'd ridden one actually, and had a like I said, 60, 70 mile ride home, all interstate. So I got baptized to the wind right off the bat. So, but it went well. It was a good ride, and I loved it immediately.
Oh,
So
okay, that's
yeah.
cool, man. That's
Yeah.
cool, man. Did you ever ride anything before?
Nothing since I was a kid. Like uh, motorbikes or dirt bikes and four wheelers. I hadn't ridden in 25 years, probably ridden anything. So uh, riding in the streets on something was something new for me. But uh, you know, the Riker is pretty intuitive, I think. So it didn't
Yeah,
really
it's
wasn't
a
much of a learning curve.
it's a unique bike. It's really not hard to sit on and ride out. But when someone is like yourself on two wheels, what made you decide to go with the three wheel type thing?
Um, I'd always been kind of nervous about two wheels. I my father rode Harleys, had a Harley, and I had a buddy had a Harley, and he wrecked. Somebody hit him, and he
Mm.
lost part of his leg.
Uh,
Uh, and I know that can happen on three wheels too, but three wheels just seem little more safer, a little less to worry about, and I just think they look cool. So that's how I went with it.
so
Uh,
why'd you choose over the Riker, not the Spider or the other three wheelers out there? Why just the Riker?
so I'd wanted a spider ever since they started making the spiders. Uh, I always looking at them, checking them out. Never did pull the trigger and buy one. And then I'd say late last year, I was actually checking out spiders, and I saw the Riker, and I just of course, it's a little bit cheaper than the spider, so that plays into effect a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's got a good price point.
Yeah, but really, I just like the look of it. A little, the spiders is a great looking machine, but I kind of like the I call it a street banger kind of look of the Riker. That sitting low, the floating seat, all
Yeah.
that. That looks. I just like the look of it a whole lot. So uh, I decided I would go that route instead, and haven't regretted it one bit so far. So
It has a good eye to it because same thing here when the Spider came out. I also rode two wheels, but I didn't ride for a
yeah,
long time.
yeah,
And when the Spider came out, I was like, wow, that's a nice looking machine, but the prices on those things were like insane. And I was saying to
yeah,
myself, I might as well just get another two wheeler if I'm gonna spend all that money. And I
right,
didn't ride for years, and then a buddy of mine was like, "Yeah, you still interested in three wheelers?" I was like, "Yeah, you know." And then I looked at used ones. He said, "Yeah, they got this Riker coming out." So I was like, I looked for it, and I was like, "Oh, I got to get it." And I was calling all the dealerships, and
uh-huh,
I guess this was 2019 when they first came out, and every dealer was like, "Look, I don't have any. There's a waiting list. I don't have any. There's a waiting list." So finally, I just decided to jump on a waiting list, and even the guy told me at the dealer, because there's only in my neighborhood, there's only one Can Am dealer. He has Can Am, but he also sells other things too. So he's not
yeah,
really heavy on the Can Am. So it was pretty much get on the waiting list, and I'll call you when they come in, and you got pretty much an hour to sign off on the paperwork.
yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty
They,
much just went like that, and then
they,
I had to shoot over there and be like, yep, yeah. And then I still had to wait, I think 3 or 4 weeks for the,
wow.
because when they come in, they come in on boxes. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they,
I've I saw him pulling some off the truck when I was at one of the dealerships, and was pretty impressed by the way they're packaged. When the dealer gets them in the big boxes. So
yeah, yeah. So he was like, look, I got to put them together. So you got to give me some time. Don't rush me. So I was like,
yeah,
hey, man, it is what it is. But same thing when I picked it up, the dealer was like, "Hey, so I'm quite sure you went online and you looked at all the pictures and how to ride this bike." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty good. I figured it out." So right when I sat on and started up, he goes, "Remember, clutch, one down, five up." So I was like, "What?" And he
yeah.
was like,
He
I was like,
didn't even
"Oh
know
man."
it.
I was like, "We don't do that no more, man. It's turn and
Yeah,
go, man. I don't have to
yep,
worry
yep.
about, clutch and all of that." So I'm only about 2,500 miles in from
Oh yeah,
2019. Yeah, I didn't have too much of a season
yeah.
when I first got it, and I put a little bit more miles on it this year. But out there, how's the riding? Is it all season? Do you have the bad weather season like we have out here in New York? How does it work?
Yeah, so it'll be we're getting into it's cool right now, cool. The nights are real cool. We'll have a little bit of a winter, January, February. I'm thinking I'm probably going to try to make it all season with it. We'll have some snow days. I probably won't get it out on the snow, but I plan on probably trying to make it year round with it, ride all seasons. Uh, it's I don't know yet. We'll see.
Were you gonna take it out in the snow?
Yeah, I probably won't get it in the snow, but the cold weather though. I've been buying my gear, trying to get ready for cold weather riding. So I'm probably gonna make it most of the year on it. I don't know. I'll probably have to park it. Like I said, January, February, it starts snowing down here. I'll probably have to park it. But other than that, I plan on trying to ride it all season.
Yeah, in New York, our season is probably coming up to an end. It's been pretty
Yeah,
warm
yeah,
here in October, November. You might be able to sneak stuff in, but December, January, February, and sometimes March.
yeah.
Yeah, you see the riding season go out, because out here in New York, nobody's bringing their bikes out in these rough streets and these winters. I mean,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know about where you're at. Is it suburb riding or is it city riding? How is it
So
out?
it's mostly I live in a more rural kind of area, so it's a
Okay.
lot of backcountry road type riding I do.
Hmm.
I have about a 20-mile ride to work every day. And that's mostly interstate or highway. So that's most of the riding. Like the biggest city I have nearby is the one where I bought the bike, and it's about 100,000 people. It's not a real big city.
Oh,
So
okay.
so most of my riding is, highways and backcountry type roads.
Oh, so you
So
commuting with it all the time. You commuting. You use it as a commuter vehicle.
yeah, yeah. I'm if the weather's nice, I'm riding it wherever I'm going, pretty
Um,
much.
that's
Work
cool.
every day. Yeah, I throw a backpack on with the stuff I need for work, and so yeah, it's been a daily driver. I put more miles on it than I have my regular vehicle since I got it. So uh,
Well, you got to enjoy it. You bought it.
yeah,
You might as well put the
yeah.
miles on it. How many miles you got on it now?
So I bought it right at the end of March, going into June. So I've had a little over 4 months, and I've got about 4,500 miles on it so far. Uh, I've been, like I said, I've been putting miles on it.
Hey, you're doing good.
Yeah. So especially after a hard day of work, uh, getting on it and
Yeah, it's
feeling the
different.
wind on the ride home. It's a good. It really brings you down. Keeps you keeps you centered on the ride home, so you get home feeling a little bit better about your day. So uh, I make sure to try to ride it. Like I said, if the weather's nice, I'm hopping on it and going with it. So
Have you
uh,
had any issues with it so far? 4,500 miles?
no, not an issue at all. It's run perfectly. I haven't had any mechanical or anything on the bike that's messed up so far. So all that's been perfect, man. It runs great. It runs just like it did the day I brought it home. So it's been perfect so far. So
Oh, that's cool. See, my 19 has been back twice for manufacturer recalls.
recalls, yeah. So I
Yeah,
think buying the 2020, I missed most of those recalls. So
right.
like I think
Yeah, I
all
went.
that had been fixed when I bought it. So
That's good because I had to go back for the crack wheel nut,
yeah, yeah,
and there was something with I think it was the brake cylinder and something about not filling up the differential properly.
right,
But yeah, I got all it done. But the problem was since there's not that many Can Am dealerships out there, you got to make an appointment. And
yeah,
with this COVID, they're not keeping stores open regular hours, so
right,
it was just going back and forth. So it's like everybody who has one is weaving in and out to the same dealership.
yeah,
So it's getting tough. But now I just started working on it myself. So I'm just
yeah.
pretty much doing all the work myself. So I'm nowhere near the oil change. I believe they say it's like 5,000 miles. You're probably closer.
Yeah, I've been thinking about probably going ahead and getting that done. I'll probably do it myself. Probably the next few weeks before it gets too cold around here. Go ahead and get that
Right.
oil in it. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
I'm
yeah,
probably gonna try it too. I'm gonna try to do the oil change when I get there, but I don't think I'm gonna get to 5,000 this year because this
yeah,
riding season. So it'll sit up, and that's probably better because then I'll just get everything ready for next summer or
yeah, yeah,
spring.
absolutely. Yeah, that's I, I don't know. I'd rather try to do it all myself. Kind of have that mindset about it. I'll do as much as I can by myself. I've been watching all the videos and seeing how everybody else is doing their stuff.
Yeah.
I watched your episode of Beth,
Oh,
and I
thank
watched a
you.
lot of her videos. That was a great episode, by the way. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, but I
Yeah, she's
watch
good people.
yeah, yeah, she seems like it, man. Her videos are really good, real,
Mhm.
point on. There's a lot of other good videos on there. I've watched a lot of yours, and so I'm, everybody explains things pretty well, and it seems like the Riker's pretty easy to work on. I
Yeah,
don't say
I,
easy, but it's there for somebody who has that mindset. You'd be able to do what you need to on it.
yeah, you could attack it. I mean, that was the
Yeah,
same thing for me because, anytime you've rode before, you've probably tinkered around with bikes.
yeah,
So it's not like you're like, oh man, I never touched one. I don't even want to unscrew a bolt, but
yeah,
there's a lot of good videos out there and then it's a little trial and error, but it's not that bad of a machine I found out to work on.
yeah,
So, I've done some work on guys in the neighborhood or in the
uh-huh,
area.
yeah.
And they'll call me up, and actually through YouTube, the guy will email me like, "Hey man, are you in the New York area?" Because and I was like, "Yeah." He says, "Yo, can I bring it by? I want to check something." So I became like some
Uh-huh,
type of street Riker mechanic. So I'll just be like,
yeah,
"Look, come by, we'll look at it." And, guys will hit me up an email. I'm hearing this noise. You know what this could be? And I'll be like, "Well, you can narrow it down to these things." And one guy broke
yeah,
his Riker. He was like, "Oh, I got the parts. You think you could do it?" I was like, "Yeah, bring it to the garage. Well, why not? We'll try it. What's
yeah,
the worst that could
yeah,
happen, right?"
yeah. That's that's different here because I haven't even seen another Riker on the streets
I
around
was
here.
going to ask you that too, the
Yeah,
Riking community.
yeah. So I'm out here. I've talked to one guy in the region uh, on Instagram. He messaged me, and he's a couple counties over, so I might meet up with that guy sometimes. Uh, but yeah, there's nobody else out here riding the Riker. I've seen there are several spiders out there in the area that I'll see. But yeah, I'm the only Riker I see around here. So I haven't gotten that network of people around here to bounce ideas off of or mess with.
So you
It's
still have
definitely,
people probably coming up to you on the hot side of the highway, want to talk to you through your helmet about your bike, huh?
yeah.
What
About
is
every time I ride it, I'm either somebody stopping me, or
that?
gas stations are always I don't think I hardly ever stop for gas, and somebody to come up and want to talk about the bike. And I like it. I enjoy the intention, and like I said, the Riker's a unique ride. So
It is.
I can
It's a
appreciate the
very unique
attention.
ride. It is a
Yeah,
very it's so comfortable. I have to
yeah,
say you get a sometimes you
yeah,
get a false sense of security on it. Like, it's like you're
yeah.
sitting on a lawn chair.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain it. That is how it kind of it feels. It's kind of a lawn chair kind of ride. I feel real comfortable on it, and I go on a couple 100-mile rides,
Wow.
on the weekend, and
Yeah, I
I
see some of your pictures, man, on Instagram. You
yeah,
take some nice rides out there. Nice scenery, man.
yeah, I like hitting. There are several state parks, within an hour's driving distance of here, so I try to hit those up. I like the scenery and the curvy,
Right.
uh, hilly road. That makes for a good ride. So I try to hit those up, fairly often. So I really enjoy those types of rides. And like I said, a couple hours on it, and I know I see people commenting on stuff talking about their back hurts, or they're needing a more comfortable seat. I have the upgraded comfort seat.
You did? Okay.
And that to me, that makes the ride just just fine. I
Oh,
don't I
okay.
don't have I don't have any problems on a long ride on it. It's just as comfortable, 2 hours in as it is when you first get on it for me. So yeah, long rides uh, ain't a problem at all. It like I said, it's a real comfortable machine to
It
ride
is.
on.
It is. It is. Well, I
Yeah,
didn't do the comfort seat yet, and
yeah,
I was looking into that, but
yeah,
where I'm at, it's a lot of traffic, and I'm also a
yeah,
commuter on it. So a lot of
right,
it is, potholes and traffic. So I am looking into the seat, but
yeah.
I was looking more into not getting their comfort seat, but actually sending it out to a upholsterer
Holster,
and
yeah,
getting something, little more elaborate and custom to make it unique
yeah,
because
yeah,
I've dropped some serious mods on my bike, so I'm just
yeah,
gonna probably
yeah.
I'm probably gonna keep on going. What about you? You've modded up yet?
So not yet. Most everything I've put on it has been Can Am accessories so far. That I'm looking, probably next spring we get into it. I'll probably start putting some more aftermarket stuff, changing some things up. I've been looking at everybody's bikes on Instagram and seeing what everybody's doing with it, and seeing what I like and what I don't like. And right now, like I said, it's sitting pretty much uh, stock, except for I added like uh, vinyl, changed the color of the Can Am on the side. That's
Oh,
about
okay.
all. Just something simple is all I've done so far. I got the white Epic panels and the hood when I bought it. It was actually sitting on the showroom floor that way. So
Oh,
when
okay.
I called the dealer and asked him about getting the bike, or a bike, and told him what I wanted, and he said, "Hey, I got that sitting right here, just like you described it." So that worked out. So I changed the lettering to match the color of the bike, and that's probably what I'll go with. I'll stick with that. I like that black and white look, so I'm gonna
Okay.
I'll probably add some things to go with that theme. But I got some ideas, but I hadn't done much yet on really modifying the bike.
Well, I mean, I've done, I guess there's too many mods, but I didn't do the music yet. But I just can't get with the look of the music with the big speakers sticking out the side.
Speakers,
To me,
yeah,
that just
yeah,
changes it up too much. So I have a little
yeah.
like boombox radio across
Oh
the
yeah,
front. Yeah, but it's just a little tube, but it doesn't really give me much sound because I upgraded the muffler.
yeah,
So once
yeah,
I upgraded the muffler, you can forget it. The music's gone. It's all drowned out. But
yeah,
my best upgrade, I have to say, would have been, out of all the money I spent, was probably the windshield.
yeah, yeah,
Because that, man, I'll tell you, changes the ride 100%.
yeah,
Because that wind pushing on you from coming off the Riker to having that windshield makes your ride 100 times
yeah.
more comfortable.
Yeah, I had ordered the Can Am windshield, and it actually took it a couple months to come in because I guess Can Am was behind,
Yeah, they're behind on
sending out their
everything. Yeah.
accessories. Yeah, so I had a couple months of riding without it, and then it finally came in, and I got it put on. And yeah, it's a
Right.
even that smaller Can Am windshield made a world of difference on keeping that wind off your chest. It made it definitely, you're right, makes the ride 10 times better. Uh,
No, no, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's
yeah,
like I have the 15-inch windshield, so it's
yeah,
almost pretty much up to my nose. So, I
yeah,
could probably duck down if I wanted to and just,
yeah,
take it out, but I haven't really gotten to any really high speeds out here. Have you? I mean,
yeah.
have you pushed it all the way up to the, 100, or whatever it does?
Yeah, yeah, I've pushed it up a few times, really just to try it out and see
Mm.
what it'll do. Uh, like I said, I live close by to an interstate, so I've gotten out on a couple of straight stretches and opened it up. Uh, I guess it actually tops out at like 105 or
Yeah,
106
something
around
like that.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where it topped out for me, where it started dropping back down. So yeah, I've gotten it up to that, and like I said, I drive interstate every day to work and back, just about every day. So I'm doing 75 or 80 pretty regularly on it.
Okay.
So the yeah, and the windshield made a ton of difference on that.
Yeah,
So
100%.
ton of difference. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a much better ride with the windshield on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, the LED lights is a must too, man. Because
Yeah,
that Black Riker, man, when I look at it from when I first bought it to without the
uh,
lights, and I was like,
yeah,
damn, no one saw me on this thing.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah. And see, I haven't made that upgrade yet. Actually, I was looking on Amazon at some of the lights that they have on there that have fit it the other day. So that's probably going to be the next thing I do, is to switch those lights out. Especially it's real easy thing to change. So I don't know why I haven't really done that yet. So I ride
No,
around with my brights on, so I make sure people see me.
right,
So
right. Yeah,
yeah,
it doesn't come with a good set of light bulbs. I mean,
no, no, it don't. Yeah,
I don't know why they didn't go with an LED, but
yeah,
I mean, it's not that hard to switch up. I mean, I've
yeah,
done it, and
yeah,
it makes a difference when people are coming at you. But if for
yeah,
some reason the back of the bike is just it doesn't have enough light for me, and
yeah,
you
yeah,
want somebody to be what is that? I don't want them to get all the way up on me before they figure out I'm on a
correct.
bike.
Yeah,
So at
yeah,
night I like to light it up, so they can
yeah.
see it coming.
Yeah, that's definitely something I really want to do. The fender lights that run on the inside of the front fenders. I see those seem to light things up pretty well. I'll probably
Yeah,
add those.
those
Yeah,
light up good,
yeah,
and because I have those, and I just ordered the rear lights for the max mount, the
yeah,
under lights for those. I just ordered those, so I'm waiting
yeah,
for those to come in. I'll probably drop a video on installing that in the back because I've been hitting the rear twice,
Yeah, yeah, I
on the
seen
bike.
one of the
Get
videos.
a
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first one was when I just bought it and I'm at a traffic light and some guy takes his foot off of the brake and he bumps into the back of me. That was nothing.
yeah,
But this one was like, really? I mean,
yeah,
I've only had this thing for
yeah,
a year or two and a half, and I'm already taking 2 hits, and I'm like,
yeah,
but it's just New York City driving. It's just
yeah.
it's a daily
Uh,
commuter. It's a pain, man. But I
I
like it
bet.
so
Yeah,
much. Yeah, you know.
yeah. I I'd say that's probably the time I worry most is when I'm sitting at a stoplight. Like I'm always
Yeah,
watching behind me, seeing who's coming up, and
yeah.
being
That's
ready
the
to try to get out of the way. 'Cause I don't trust people stopping behind me too much. So I'm
that
gonna
is
get
you're
real.
absolutely 100% right. That's the scariest part was when you're at the light and no one's behind you and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, somebody's coming," and
What?
they
Yeah. What's gonna happen now? Yeah. Yeah. That's always when I'm most worried. When dang light hits and
because when I
so.
was on 2 wheels, and
Uh,
I was probably a little reckless when I was on
yeah.
two
Yeah.
wheels, younger at the
Yeah.
time, and the I never had an accident. No one hit me. I never hit anybody. The
Yeah.
one day I decide to play it safe and just say, you know what? I'm just gonna relax right here in this intersection and
Uh-huh.
just wait for everybody to go by. The one guy decided he was gonna not wait for everybody to go by and cut the intersection on an angle and just run my bike over. I was
That's
like, everybody was just taking their time. Why were you in
uh-huh.
such a rush?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the only time. And I said, man, if I would have just blew by this intersection at 120 miles an hour, probably nothing would
Yeah.
have happened. But
Yeah.
since today I wanted to be, I'm gonna take it easy. I get
Yeah.
hit. So, it's just the luck of the draw when you're on a bike, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. 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 Those intersections, I don't know. Even if I got a green light or whatever, man, I'm real looking around
Yeah,
and
yeah. I don't take off
I
on
don't
green lights either. I wait for that guy
know.
that's running the light to go.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really aware of what everybody's doing at those intersections every time. 'Cause that can be, like I said, that can be the scary part. Either sitting at the stoplight or even just going through it, knowing what everybody else is doing. So I
So
always figure, I
yeah,
see people almost, they looking at my bike when they driving and
yeah.
almost getting in accidents or I was like, I'm gonna cause an accident one of these days where somebody's just staring at my bike and not paying attention to where they're
Well,
going.
he got his phone out and he's
Yeah,
driving, trying to take a picture of
the
you.
picture. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen one of these days.
Yes, it will. It will.
Part
Trust
part of
me.
the part of the. I guess that's just part of having the bike. I guess. So,
Well, Larika is still new, so a lot of people are
yeah.
still like, "Hey, man, what is that?" I've even had people pull up, and it's a pretty large Riker community out here, and I'll still
Right.
be in certain places where I guess it's like tourists will be like, "Did you build that yourself?" I was
Yeah.
like, I wish. I mean, I'd probably be in a plane or something right
Yeah.
now, but
Something to say. Yeah. Yeah. You'd be doing good if you're doing that. Yeah. Yeah. Like I
definitely.
said, out here, like I said, I'm about the only one riding around out here, so I'm the only
Well,
one most of those people have seen. So
you got to
yeah, I
start
get
your own club now, since you're the first one and the only one.
yeah,
It's time to start your
yeah.
Riker.
I've been seeing some of the I see your episode with the Riker riders and stuff. I have to get a West Kentucky chapter, I guess.
There you go, man. There you
So
go.
get that
Start it
going.
up, man.
Yeah,
You kidding me? You be a founder, president. That's how
that's
you
right.
do it.
Yeah, and on the ground floor out here. So
Yeah, I would
yeah.
definitely look into that.
Yeah, I
Get your
probably will. That's
logo.
a good
Yeah,
idea. Yeah.
that's a great idea. So,
Right, right.
you got any adventures planned for the Riker before the winter season's up? Where you plan on taking it? What you want to do?
So I've been wanting to hit, like a longer like weekend trip on it. I live in Western Kentucky, the Smoky Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains are on the eastern part of the state, and then down in eastern part of Tennessee. That's a 300 or 400 mile ride to get down there.
Ooh.
I haven't set it into play yet, but that's I want to make that drive down there if I can do it this fall when the scenery is real nice this time of year down this way. So
That
I'd
would
like to
be a
try to make that.
great YouTube video, man. You got to
Yeah,
film that and put that up,
put it
man.
in there. Yeah,
That's
I
a
gotta work on my equipment, get me a good camera and a mount and everything. But
hey,
yeah, that
man.
would make it
Listen,
cool.
everybody says that, but let me tell
Yeah,
you, man, YouTube is a fickle beast. You
yeah,
guys will film on their iPhone and make millions
uh,
of dollars, and guys will run out by $1 million worth of cameras and make nothing, man. So you know
nothing.
what?
Yeah,
Strap that camera to the bike and just
let it
post
go.
it and let it go and see what it's like. Cause I'm quite sure people just care about the scenery, man. That sounds like a
Yeah,
nice ride. And
yeah.
hopefully, you know, you put that up, man. People want to see that.
People
People,
want to see it. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, get everybody with their Rikers together and talk about their adventures and put,
right.
trying to build a community since the bike is pretty new and a lot
Yeah,
of people are getting into it. So I just want to like create a little community and maybe, we could get a big thing going and maybe in
yeah.
a couple of years and then we'll all be down there at the Sturgis, 5,000, 6,000 Rikers deep,
So
right?
strong. Yeah, yeah. That'd be awesome. Yeah,
That's what I'm trying, man. So
yeah.
yeah,
I can really appreciate what you're doing. Like I said, especially being out here without that, a lot of community with the Riker. I ride with a couple guys from work, good buddies that are Harley riders. So I'm out riding with them. Uh, but yeah, with the Riker being such a unique machine, the community of where we can all talk about the bike and the things we're doing to the bike, and we can see what works and what don't work, and I don't know. I really appreciate the
hey man, I
community
appreciate that,
that
man. Thanks for being on the show. I'm
sure.
probably gonna wrap it up because people's attention spans are pretty short now.
Pretty short,
So I
yeah,
like to keep it. But
yeah,
Bryan, his Instagram, YKY Rider. Follow him on IG. He's got some nice photos out there, nice backdrop,
yeah,
take some nice rides with his Riker. Everybody, you can follow me. All my information's down below. Shadow Black Reich on Instagram, serving warrants on Twitter, my YouTube page, everything posted below. This is Rolling on Three, podcast for three wheelers. Once again, I want to thank Bryan. Great guest. Glad to have you.
yeah.
Gonna have you back real soon after you take that long trip. We're gonna talk
Hey, all
about
right,
that.
yes, sir. I'll make sure to get it on video for you.
Definitely, man. And
Yeah,
thank you for everybody. Thank you for tuning in. There's a support button down below. I want to make this into a big thing. If you want to be on the show, it's rolling on three wheels at Gmail. Hit me up. Like I said, I'm all over social media. Once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. It's a wrap. Great show, man. I'll be
I
talking to you
appreciate it.
soon.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, bro.